Avebury is a Neolithic monument containing nearly 100 stones arranged in a large concentric pattern around Avebury village. The hinge is one of the oldest known, dating back about 5000 BC. That's about 800 years before Stonehenge. Avebury is a far more organic experience where you're able to wander freely amongst the stones and you can touch them. Stonehenge is more architecturally advanced, but Avebury is by far the largest stone circle in the whole world. It consists of 3 concentric stone circles built over centuries, hundreds of years apart. It is 11.5 acres in area and is surrounded by a man-made mound and ditch. The mound is over 18 feet tall and the ditch is about 30 feet deep. We were very fortunate to have a dear friend, Corin Thistlewood, show us around the stones, which are now his home. Corin for a long time lived in Australia. He was originally from the UK. But being a Druid, he knows a lot about the whole Avebury complex, the whole wheelchair complex, which comprises not only the chalk horses and the stone circles and Stonehenge, but also the very mysterious barrows. Though the methods of construction are not 100% guaranteed, they are not as mysterious as most people would like to make them out to be. Bricklayers and block layers to this day still use very similar methods to move around 20-ton stones, as what they believe was originally used by these advanced civilizations, even though they were ancient civilizations. We know they were advanced because they got these exactly in alignment with the stars, and they were planned over a long period of time. We know that they meant a lot to these megalithic peoples, as these civilizations based their communities around these constructions that marked the solstices, the equinoxes and starry alignments in the heaven, important times of the year for their peoples to come together, celebrate, marry, harvest and all of those things. These vast constructions joined communities not only across the Wiltshire Plain, but also intercontinentally. We find the same structures in Ireland, in Spain, in France. Germany, Norway and even Australia had standing stones. This one was destroyed only after the Second World War, but was contemporaneous with Stonehenge. Nor were these the passing whims of a primitive culture that faded away quickly. These constructions were updated constantly over thousands of years. About 3,000 years of continuous construction and architecture and use went on. They only went out of use about 1800 years ago, about the same time as the fall of the Roman Empire. Avebury, like Stonehenge, may also be used to provide an extremely accurate calendar. Within 8 years, the Sun, Moon and Venus repeat their cycles within a day or two after 99 lunations, one for each of the stones in the circle. The 2 internal circles, 340 feet in diameter, are both larger than Stonehenge. They once counted 27 and 29 stones, totaling 56, and strongly suggesting the 2 lunar monthly cycles of 27.3 and 29.5 days. Avebury is just 17 miles north of its much younger cousin Stonehenge. The centre of Avebury Henge is located at a latitude of precisely 360-7 degrees. The connections between Avebury and Stonehenge, Silbury Hill, and a very frightening video about West Kennet Barrow will be explored in future videos. Something scary and profound happened to us there, and we'd love to share that with you. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on those future videos. The following image is Stuckey's famed serpent engraving from 1743. This image shows that they followed these ley lines or these dragons in the environment that also connected with the dragons in the heaven above. A starry earth connected to a starry sky. But for now, let's let Corin, the Fluid Druid, explain a little bit about this in his own words.
But if a druid has stood there with a staff in the centre as a first marker, there's a second marker stone there and a third marker, so there's 3 stones in a row. You can get a perfect alignment to a particular rising star or a sunrise or a moonrise at a particular time. You need 3 points, and that's clearly what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's pointing, and so there's all these different alignments going on.
Of course, they're alignments. Of course they are. Of course.
This is why they've got
this is
2 and this is
their universe. This is our whole universe. This is our planning, our season, our marriage.
So this could be solar alignments, and this one could be moon alignments,
and planetary alignments as well,
or planetary.
But this would suggest equinox and solstice.
Well, possibly that's north there. I mean that.
Well, why? Yeah, the gaps are just so. I mean, on the wheel of the year, they just look like that cross-quarter days, you know, because this is a calendar. This is a big calendar.
Well, if
alignments
to me,
calendar.
It looks like that is pointing to the summer solstice sunrise, and that's the winter solstice sunset.
Yeah, well, we're moving towards that now, and that's just sort of through the trees there. We're just in autumn
if you're
now.
If you're standing in one of these, your summer solstice rise would be in the east, and it would be north of east. In the northern hemisphere, of course, we're talking about. And so that is where that's indicating. If you took from the centre of the circle there, that way. So if it could be, we don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that these. Definitely, there's 3 points. That one,
and that one. Yeah, and that's how you
alignments to various.
And that's
things
how you get
in
an
the heavens.
accurate.
And they're tracking stars.
Yeah, and as we know from geometry, the minimum you need for a straight line
is the trig. Yeah,
is the 3.
Yeah,
the 3.
That's right.
Yes, I am. I got them before.
Look at the birdies.
I got those before.
Are you doing them live?
No, I'm not. And as we were recording, we were interrupted because the sound of the birds got so loud. Large shoals of starlings and crows were circling around us. There was obviously some sort of energy that they were attracted to. These were Corin's notes from his course on Druidry. You can find his course online at corinthistlewood.com. Okay, so Corin, if they want to know more about that, you run a Druidry course online, don't you?
Yeah, Celtic Shaman correspondence course. Yes.
Yeah, and they can.
And I do a lot of this stonework and alignments in the Celtic Druid correspondence course.
And so, how do they find that? Just CelticDruid.com, or is it like just Google it?
Well, it's on my website. If they Google Corin Thistlewood, all my books will come up, and my website will come up,
and your courses will come up,
and the courses are on the website.
Fantastic. Everybody in Australia misses you, so this is your chance to say hello to everybody in Australia. Of course, it's not just about the stone circle; it's also about the wood circle. They pre-planned the stone circle by actually constructing a wood henge first, to which there are some very ancient beech trees planted in the middle of the stone circle. These Avebury beech trees are very, very much an important part of Avebury and the community. They have been called wishing trees, fairy trees, the Tolkien trees, the grandmothers. Over the last few years, there's been an increasing number of people tying bows and ribbons to the branches for wishes, as they do in many other parts of the world. But these trees are very alive and very, very special indeed. Avebury Henge has recently become a UNESCO listed World Heritage Site, and as such has become protected and open to further study. There has been limited excavations at the site out of respect, which is good, but recent aerial and geological surveys indicate that there may be many more features that once existed within this enclosure. Corin, being the maestro that he is, got us there just in time. The moon was rising just as the sun was setting for a true equinox. The stones felt like they were vibrating. The energy was so strong. Even the locals came out to have a feel of the energy. So this was on the 18th of September 2024. The calendar equinox was only a few days later on the weekend, but we had the rare joy and pleasure of being there during the true equinox, when you could see both the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time. Corin and I did do a live from this area as the sun was setting, so if you want to catch up with that, have a look on our Facebook page as well. Anyway, it's been my absolute joy sharing Avebury Hill with you, and as I said, subscribe so you see more, especially the one about West Kennet Barrow. Until then, every blessing. If you've enjoyed this video and you like the idea of making Magick readily available to people in their lives for free, then perhaps you may consider supporting my work by a one-time donation or becoming a member of our Patreon community. Your support will make it possible for me to do more of this work and get that knowledge out to the public. Our Patreon members have a unique community where they can share their knowledge and wisdom, but also we will have exclusive content over there for you as well. But if you're even considering supporting us, you have my deepest and sincerest thanks. Every blessing to you.